Welcome mates, I'm Bloodthirsty Lord by Incoming Lordy, and today we're back on Warhammer 40k Darktide with a new update that will be arriving next week, addressing major fixes within Darktide alongside new content being added such as more weapons, a crafting system addition being refined item, custom games and solo games and more. So you mates do not want to miss out on this episode since we got a lot of juicy details within this video. Make sure to click the subscribe button and also the bell notification button with all notifications on to keep up to date, and also press that join button to become a member on the channel. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. This will be one of the biggest updates yet that will be arriving next week within Darktide, highlighting further improvements, additional weapons, fixes, private sessions, and more. Let's go to a full breakdown of what this can contain because it will be amazing. If you mates are enjoying Darktide right now and you try and find some matches with some mates, make sure to join our Discord. We have an amazing community of mates that are willing to play some games, complete some challenges, get some penance missions completed, whatever it may be. Join our Discord, it's quite fun there, and enjoy some Darktide with the mates. Link in the description below. And one of the new additions to the game through content is more weapons, being new weapons, as the Darktide community has shown some desire for more weapons to be added into Darktide, and I believe this is because of the situation that happened at launch, which was there was more weapons to be showcased that didn't appear at launch compared to what they said prior to launch, highlighting there will be much more weapons, a whole lot of weapons being available at day one, which did not occur, and I think this is a way for them to address it by pretty much allowing every new major update to have a content drip of weapons being added as well within that update. That will somewhat keep it fresh for certain classes with those weapons being added. I'm hoping that's not just 2 weapons and ends up being maybe 4 weapons per update, instead as a way to give a weapon to each class and maybe have those weapons be universal items as well. We'll find out once we test this out next week. And it does seem like the Fat Shark team have also discussed this situation as well by highlighting their first few steps in the direction by adding these new weapons, being the Crush weapon and the Power Maul weapon. These are 2 new weapons that will be added in the update. I'm kind of interested to see what they actually do and what the potential is of these weapons. Are they game changers? Are they going to be meta weapons? Are they going to be OP? We have to find out at a later point. I can't wait to do so. And now let's jump into the changes for the in-game store, aka the cash shop. We heard your feedback on the store loud and clear, and we're making adjustments to how the premium currency are packaged, and we're working on adding a 2,400 pack as well to the store, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio, which will arrive next week. We will also add a 100 premium currency pack as well within the next few weeks, allowing players to buy smaller fractions of the premium currency. In addition, we're also going to change the other functionalities of the store over time. So I'm very interested to see what the other functionalities are. Is it the pricing, or is it going to be just the timing on items and how many items appear? Because I know that was another thing people were talking about, that there are only a set amount of items for a set duration, and then that gets reset and pretty much a new item appears and the other item disappears. That's the idea. Pretty much highlighting the action of fear of missing out when it comes to a certain item and purchasing it. So that was one aspect. Alongside having this new currency pack, the small packs does help out with the idea of like, look, buying a 1-to-1 ratio, and if I want to buy more, I can actually fix that in order to actually reach that set amount without having to pay extra. So that's good to see. But I still believe, from my perspective, that skins in games cost quite a lot compared to what it should be, especially when the game is priced at a half price of a full price game. It's kind of interesting to see the cost of skins be pretty much $20, $30, depending where you're from. It's kind of nuts to me. So I don't know about that. Not my favorite pricing point. Maybe I won't pick up any of the skins, and most likely many of the mates won't as well. But if you do go to pick up these skins, know that the cost of these skins are quite ridiculous compared to other models that I've seen. The majority of games of these days do try to give it the chance of players buying skins in order to support the development of the game longevity, but the pricing seems a little bit out of whack for myself. But you can tell me your opinions or thoughts about this in the comment section down below. Will you be getting skins from the in-game store with premium currency? I would love to know in the comment section down below. But we move on to the crafting changes. In our next content update, we'll add a refined item functionality to our crafting system. This functionality will allow you to replace one perk on a hero or weapon. The same perk slot can be replaced multiple times, but will block replacing other perks on the same item. This is the next step in building out our crafting system. So just adding more features, seeing how it works, testing it, doing a pretty much full understanding of a test of what this refined item does and how players react to it when utilizing it, and then from there adding other changes or other functionalities and making them available in future updates, and also allowing this to maybe stay the same or change as well. So I'm expecting a lot of balancing out overall, but it seems like it will be a good addition to the game, allowing players to do more within the game itself. And then we move on to the next part, being private play and solo. With 2 or more players in a strike team, players will be able to opt into playing privately via the mission board. This will prevent players who are not friends of the strike team member from joining the squad during a mission in progress. If the squad is all disconnected and a player is left alone with the reservation time expires, the mission will become public. As for solo mode, we're actively working on it. While it technically could work now, we're not happy with the state yet, and we want to ensure the solo experience lives up to your expectations Right now, it does not, and we will do a game a disservice by implementing it now. So that's good to know that they have adjusted that and try and think about those aspects of the game being solo play and custom play. Because I know there's many mates out there that just want to jump with their mates only and not find anyone else or not even have bots available on their team and enjoy the 2-player experience, the 3-player experience, or just 4 players that are guaranteed in their strike team. And if one was to leave and then have some type of disconnection, they could rejoin and will be no one else rejoining at all. So that's good to see. And solo play ideas would be really fun, because I like solo play games when it comes down to this type of dynamic when you have to push through a mission, and it could actually be a great way to highlight new weapons by yourself with your class. So I feel like that would be fun, and longevity wise, if the game had less players playing this game and there was like Darktide 2 coming out, this game could still be played in solo, and you did not need a whole team in order to play the game. So that's good to see. Obviously, they're not adding solo yet, but they're adding private play, so that'll be fun. Solo play will be something in the future. I'm guessing they will be adjusting the numbers of enemies, the damage numbers overall, because obviously you won't be able to kill enemies at a certain level without having too much of ability. So I'm guessing solo will be more of like a detached experience compared to the main game, and would be similar, but with different numbers behind every movement, action, damage number, whatever it may be in the game. But that will be a new addition coming next week, private play. And another new feature will be emotes. Many players have asked for us for more interesting ways to interact with people in the Morning Star, and they'll be introducing the ability for your characters to use an emote in the hub. Players will be able to customize this emote wheel in the cosmetics menu for their character. And there could be a certain emote like for the Emperor, and that'll be good to see. They will be adding stuff like this in the future. That is what the expectation of emotes will be. Voice lines with a certain action. Great to see, and I can't wait to see it because it'll be fun. But I think for the Emperor or Glory to the Emperor are phrases that you can't forget in Warhammer, so seeing that in the game as well between teammates and everyone's chanting that as you're using the emote is going to be so much fun. And now let's move on to the progression and also the shared dockets within the game. Since launch, we've seen feedback from many players requesting shared progression across characters to ensure a smoother progression loop. Our designers are taking this feedback seriously and are discussing how to best implement a solution that meets our players' desires and gameplay goals, while also striking a balance with the game's design intent. This is a sizable endeavor and its feasibility is still unknown. We hope to be able to share more information on its progress at a later time, and that's good to see and something to keep in mind if they do address this in a future update in its entirety and with new features to highlight that as well. Because I think having these changes happen for endgame content especially is very important. Be able to play one character and then share some of that resources that you gained on that one character to another character in order to boost that character up quicker, in order to have more fun of an experience without having to go through the constant grind of trying to complete dailies and weeklies in order to get those same dockets that you have in your other character sitting there doing nothing. You can use that on your next character. That is such a no-brainer move, and it should happen because it would be the best course of action in order to make sure that in-game content and the feeling of players and their progression feels great overall. And now we move on to the changes within the penance system. We've been working closer with our community support team and how you all feel about penances in the game and some pain points surrounding them. There's been a lot of feedback to pull through, but we found a disconnect between how we phrase the requirements of some penances and the criteria to achieve them, making them more frustrating for players than we intended. Based on the feedback received from the support team, we're currently working through solutions to make penances smoother and more enjoyable for players. This is far from everything, and we have a full list of patch notes and some more updates for you next week, and I'm glad to see that. Good changes, good to see by the Fat Shark team, the Darktide team. Great to see that be implemented, and I'm hoping there's going to be some hidden changes as well within that patch notes that wasn't addressed here but addressed there, and I can't wait to read through that and break it down and highlight our thoughts about it, because Darktide is a really fun game and I'm enjoying it, and I'm just hoping the game gets better and better through each update, adding more content, more maps, more weapons, just allowing the players to enjoy every bit of the game to the fullest. But mates, tell me your opinions and thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think about Darktide and this next update? Are you excited for it? Do you hate it? Tell me in the comment section down below. And what was the best feature? Tell me in the comment section down below. I'd love to know. And if you mates did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, show your support, click the subscribe button to keep up to date, press that join button to become a member of the channel, and make sure to join our Discord to be a part of our amazing community, have some fun times on Darktide and other games that we cover on the channel. So make sure to join our Discord, link in the description below. As always mates, it's a pleasure to have you guys on the channel as we go through this, and I'll catch you mates next time. Bye. Road to 200k subscribers. Let's get it mates.